And I'm walking different, talking different. Loved ones see the difference. I'm untalkative and distant. I guess I'm seeing true colors. Stealing this for suckers. Deport the Jerry Hellers and the Busters. Salute the good fellas and the hustlers.
What's really good, ladies and gentlemen? By this time, I should be back home. Who knows? But I'm here somehow. We're doing the magic of recording. Listen, big news. This is something that all three of us, and minus Muffins, he gets no love today because his bozo old dads took a spill. So get better. But you're not on here. So I was actually, if I had enough time, I was going to slide me and Rob over to the left, and I was going to put you in the milk carton to the right. But I didn't have time, so you're lucky. But we get CMLL finally getting an MLW talent in CMLL with the Ikuro Kwon of Contra Unit. Talk to me, because I know both of us have some feelings on this.
Yeah. First of all, I assume it's been a general group consensus that finally, like, a talent exchange or a partnership, has full on resulted in an actual exchange. Like, I don't want to count Cozy Max going over to CMLL because, like, despite all the work that they've done in MLW, they still Japan guys, and let's face it, Okamura actually is also like better known in Mexico than he is Japan anyway, so he's already kind of a CMLL guard. But for Kwon, like, this is a big deal, and this is, like, again, something we've been really wanting for quite some time. Whenever MLW announces a partnership, it's always been one way, like, you're going to bring our talent in, and or your talent in, and then we're going to, like, bolster ourselves up with your guys. But sending Kwon, and, like, not to downplay him at all, but, like, Ikuro Kwon of all people, like, that's kind of an interesting pick for me. Like don't get me wrong, like, he's your boy and he's good. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, he sucks and doesn't deserve it. But like, I'm kind of curious as to, like, in terms of, folks to pick up on that they chose Kwon. That being said, again, this is a big effing deal, and a big deal for him as well, because, like, I'll pull up his team. Like, I feel bad because I haven't gotten, like, the proper. I've been trying to do research to see what this tournament's about, and, like, I can't get, like, proper, like, the formatting of said tournament.
Yeah, I couldn't see any either.
Yeah, because, like, because it seems to be a Torneo Cibernetico, which is like a tag team match, actually. Like, there's only one winner, but it's a tag team match. But anyway, but it's kind of a big before I get that far, it is a big deal just because of who he's hanging out with, because this is traditionally Team Mexico or Team CMLL versus Team Rest of the World or some other type faction. So, like, this year he's rubbing shoulders with some pretty big dudes in terms of Kyle Fletcher of AEW Ring of Honor. Rocky Romero, of course, is never anything to sneeze at. He World Traveler. Revolution Pros Robbie X. And then Mr. Can't Get a Job in America Anymore, Flip Gordon. But, like, so, like, it's kind of like this is like that team's got some name value to it.
Oh, who was the last guy?
Flip Gordon.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But, like, but so I'm kind of curious to how this goes, because, like, originally when I heard tournament, I'm like, oh, I wonder how well he's going to do. But now, but if it's a Torneo Cibernetico, like, that's a whole nother thing where basically stats don't matter. It's just survive, don't get pinned. Like, that's all. I mean, okay, every match is don't get pinned, but, like, in this match, like, no one's going to care about brackets or anything. No one's going to care who you pinned, as long as you pin the last guy. And do I think he's going to win it all? Probably not, but who knows? Stranger things have happened. But, like, I'm kind of curious, especially if this is a proper Cibernetico, because we don't, like, granted, this is still CMLL, but we don't see a whole lot of, like, those didn't get a lot of promotion here in America. Like, really, like, one of the only promotions who ever did it with any sort of frequency was Chikara, and they usually had a Cibernetico every year, and that was interesting to watch if you've not, like, had the pleasure of seeing one in action.
No, like, when you said it that way. Now, Kwon, if you watch his matches, he's very aggressive. He has that, like I call him a street guy, because that's how he's like a street guy with martial arts, right? Like, he's got that mannerisms of, I'm gonna thug it out, but I have all this,
He was kind of an urban ninja, like during like before like in that little weird like they brought him back in the interim at one point, like a handful of years ago, where he was like during that like, is there really a Contra or is Contra fully dead? And like so they kind of brought him back and they kind of like hyped up kind of almost like an urban samurai, urban ninja kind of thing with him.
Yeah, the pit fighter.
Yeah.
So I like this, and like I said, I'm a big Kwon guy, obviously, but him going to CMLL, it's a huge thing for him. You know, like out of all the people that you have in MLW, you sent him. So either one, you believe in his talent so much that you're like, holy shit, like this is the right guy to represent this kind of match, or they called up and they wanted him. I don't know the situation.
Somebody loved him, and that's the important thing.
Yeah. Something happened where he was the guy. So you're like, oh shit. Now, if he has a great showing and they bring him back, like that's just better for MLW and for himself and for Contra Unit, because he's got to come in with the flag. He's got to rep the flag. You know, you see Janai Kai, she's always repping the flag and everything. Mads Kruger, even when he was not in MLW, he had his Contra Unit crew on the independents. So everywhere these people are going, you see a Contra Unit kind of thing. Bring it over there. Let MLW fans be, absorb this, because we're finally getting the other direction instead of us always having to have all their talents. I'm all for this. I think Kwon is going to show up and show out. So, I mean, that's pretty much what we got this week, right? Like, it's a quick week, but two big things for MLW, the CMLL thing, the TJP thing. Once we see how the dust settles and we're like, all right, well, this fucking worked. This is that. Dope. And August 12th is, August 12th is not the new one.
I think it's the 10th.
August 10th, yeah, but that's from the pre-show stuff, right?
Yeah. The next taping is like the 29th.
Shit. All right, so, geez. August 29th, we'll see. This is crazy. It's what, July?
24th.
24th. And we got to wait for August 29th, over a month for the next. This is nuts. MLW.
Yeah. And that's not, again, like I'll even forgive like that length between tapings, but the fact that they're not dropping like broadcasted material for another 2 weeks is insanity. But we covered that last week.
Yeah. You know what? All right. So we get a quick one. We in and out of here. Rob K, MLW Confusion Urban Wrestling Network. Myself, the OG Boricua Dandara. Muffins Martinez. We're holding him hostage in a freaking, in a basement somewhere. You can knock him out.
In a bunker in Siberia.
In a bunker in Siberia. We paid first class for it. So listen, for myself, this man, we out of here. Deuces.